Hey guys, Ryan here. In this video I'm going to be showing you a little bit of an evolution of my whip. How it started out, and kind of give you a little bit of an image of where it's sitting now. I started out just like any other person, just, trying to push the tire out, get it a little bit sideways, Took a really long time for me to get it anywhere near where it is today. It wasn't something I focused on because I didn't race. I jumped. I like to ride trails. I was down to pretty much do anything on a bike, whether it be just riding around or whatnot. Started riding when I was about 6. Got my first bike when I was 12, 1998 KX125, or sorry, KX85, big wheel. And that bike, I rode the shit out of that bike. Ended up blowing the top end the year after I got it. Bought the KX125 in 2008 or 2007. And rode the shit out of that thing, and that's where the name KX125 dude came from, and the devotion to Kawasaki. And then in 2010, I ended up buying the 250 as an upgrade. I'd always wanted a 250, and it was just something I couldn't go without. So, love the bike. You might recognize this girl right here. Just thought it'd, make sure she remembers why not to be on a landing. I'm kind of a smart ass, so I thought that was funny, but whatever, This first whip coming up here, this was in 2008. This is when I first started actually jumping. That step up was so fun back in the day, and a pretty big jump for me back then too. So was this one. I ended up building this probably 2 to 3 weeks after I built that one, and spent most of my time on this. Yeah, that's what I called a whip back then. Kind of a little embarrassing nowadays, but you got to start out somewhere. Like I said, practice. Here's another one. I think this is at the end of 2008. I'm not 100% sure on that, but as you can see back then, the run-up for the freestyle was a lot different. There was a hill in the way, and the rut was ridiculous. I freaking hated that rut. A little bit more sideways there, not too impressive, honestly. Not impressive at all, actually, but I thought I was pretty ballin' back then, though. I was pretty high on the horse, being a little younger and all. Right there, I was trying to experiment with whipping the other way. It didn't go so well. I've only ever been able to whip to the right, can't whip to the left. I'm going to probably start working on that next year. And once again, there, trying to whip it sideways, This one, I actually put the camera in a tiny little tree and got a pretty good shot. Honestly, that's pretty good for me back then. That was one of my better ones back then. And then this one was right after I built the ramp. I built the ramp in, I think, summer 09. It's a little easier to whip off a ramp, so I won't give myself much credit for that one. This was right after I bought the 250. Like, honestly, the second or third day I had the 250, I think, is when this was filmed. And I'm still getting used to that bike. That bike was, I love that bike. That bike's the shit. And then this would have been late 2010, summer 2010. I actually think it was -5. This is in November. It was so cold, but we were wearing snowboard gear, just rocking it hard. And a little better, not too impressive, but at least I'm getting her out there. And this would have been, I think, mid-2010, a little more sideways, a little more high speed. The ramp's sitting at 60 feet, I think. Might be 50. I honestly can't remember. That was a while ago, and crazy summer. Notice the landing's a lot different than it is now, if you see my more recent videos. This is early 2012. A little more sideways, I'd say so myself. A little more controlled too. Brought it back, landed it perfect, and a little more clean. And this next whip coming up here, it's late 2012. Kind of the same as before, except for almost complete 90, if not past a little bit. It did come up a little short on the landing, but it happens, right? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a view of my ramp here. I was hitting it one day, just sessioning it for about, I don't know, a good hour and a half, and just felt like the center of it was a little more bouncy than it normally was, and I was starting to trip out about it. Like, nobody wants to hit their ramp instead of going up, go right through the damn thing and end up wrecking hard because of it. So decided I'd play her safe and check it over. And honestly, when it comes to motocross, safety probably comes first when it comes to most of the shit. Sometimes you throw it out the window just to do something crazy once in a while, but when it comes to a wooden ramp, you can never be too safe, in my opinion. I wouldn't use my ramp as a model to build your own, or you could take some of the design aspects, because it does work. It's not pretty. It is structurally sound. The amount of repairs I've done are only because of nails coming loose, or boards wearing out. Ever since, I've never had an accident where somebody got hurt because it broke. There was one time where it was close, but it was me that hit it, so I recovered fairly nice. That broken board you see right there, that's the original plywood. I left that on there. There's actually 3 more layers of plywood on top of that, so I don't think you're going to go through that. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a bow in the boards, which is alright, because it's wood. It's going to flex as you go over it over time. Actually, you're going to see me kind of remedy a repair here as I was looking at it and kind of think, like, how can I fix this? Because I was thinking that it was soggy in the center, and it actually was. I'm glad I fixed it, because the overall finished product afterwards is pretty good. Those center columns actually were designed after the fact. I used to have 2x4s on top of 2x4s in there, and they were actually cracking. So I added 2 more 2x4s per like strut. And every one of those struts kind of spread the weight across all the others, and you kind of get a little bit more of a stronger ramp out of it. There was 3 guys building this ramp when we built it, so there's kind of different designs. As you can see, everybody was arguing over what they wanted. Nobody really decided on one design, so we all kind of went different ways. It's one hell of a good ramp. I'd have to say it's a love-hate relationship, but I know a lot of you guys were asking for this video, and instead of putting pictures up, I thought I'd throw a video up so you guys can kind of see from my aspect of what it looks like when you're sitting around working in it. And yeah, like I said, it's not pretty. It works. I can put my 1,500-pound tractor with a full load of dirt on the damn thing and shake the bucket, and it doesn't break or even move or crack, so I'm pretty confident in it. But like I said, it is a wooden ramp, and you sit there and wonder sometimes if you're just gonna plow right through the damn thing when you hit it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any problems with doing wheelies, you need some tips on doing whips or anything when it comes to riding, majority of the time I could probably help, unless you're better than me, of course. Then I'm probably going to ask you for tips. So just throw me a message on Facebook or even on here. Throw the video a like if you can too, that always helps, and comment below and tell me what you think. Maybe check out a couple of my other videos while you're at it too. Alright, talk to you guys later.